So what's good, homies? This your man, Dr. BOA. You know, man, sometimes it seems as if a man is taking a bad loss in a situation where a relationship ends with a woman, especially when there are millions of dollars involved and a long history and successful children. It seems like the man is taking a loss because the woman always seems to have someone else already in waiting. But what if I told you it doesn't have to be that way? Now, recently, Steph Curry, in my estimation, the greatest shooter in the history of basketball, not just the NBA, but I've never seen anyone shoot the ball like that, just reached a milestone and became the all-time leader in three-pointers made in NBA history, supplanting previous number one Ray Allen. Of course, big to-do Madison Square Garden, where all the greats come out and be their best. His dad was there, his mom was there, of course, separate. Ray Allen was there, Reggie Miller was there. It was just a big, huge gathering of people wanting to be there when he accomplished this. But one thing that goes overlooked is that Dell Curry was down on the floor where dad is supposed to be, celebrating the son who took after his life, his lifestyle, his chosen profession. SONYA was up in the crowd. Absent from with SONYA was the old dude who was the same age as Dell, actually Dell's college teammate, who SONYA left him for. On the floor with Dell, didn't see anybody until after the game. He took a picture with 1, 2, 3 bad young tenders. And I said, I wonder how often he thinks about the old guy who's his same age, who was enough of a sucker to take the wife that he's had for over 20 years. And I said to myself, this guy didn't do too bad in this situation. He didn't come out bad. All of his children are grown, successful in their own right. He didn't have any ties that bind it to this one. But what he found out is, unlike being Steph Curry's mom at this age, her options are limited. Being Steph Curry's dad at this age, it's a tad bit different scenario. So never let a situation push you into a headspace where you're lost and your life is over. And I wish I could have told this to homie who went and, took out his ex-wife and his ex-girlfriend and himself. I wish I could have had this conversation with him. It's not over for you. At no point is it over for you because a relationship ends with the woman. Matter of fact, it's the beginning for you. It's the beginning of the most enjoyable process that any man can have. And that is building yourself into the best version of yourself. Or shall I say, the version of yourself that you will enjoy the most. See, many times in these scenarios, a man is too focused on what he's losing. But if you look at it from a realistic and logical perspective, you soon see that you're not losing anything. You're getting rid of something. You're being relieved of duty that you don't even want to be performing anymore. You're being absolved of responsibility for making a woman feel like you want to be with her when you don't want to be with her no more. Once you wrap your mind around the concept that tomorrow is the best day of your life and wake up with that same mindset, that same fervor, that same energy, that same attention to detail that you've always had in the relationship you were in with the woman, the world is once again full of oysters. And you just running around, albeit at a slightly slower speed, just plucking pearls. The end of a long marriage is the end of a woman's life. It's not the end of your life. It's the beginning. Keep yourself in fairly decent shape. Keep your money pretty straight. And man, your life begins. It's never as bad as it seems It just takes you becoming acclimated to your new life. And the best way to do that is look at the life you have now, the life that's no longer yours, as your old life. So seeing Dell Curry like this, for me, looking happy, looking excited, sharing this amazing moment with his son, who learned this game from him, built this game from him, developed this desire for the game from him, to have this moment and be excited about life again, have this zeal for life, this zest for improvement, man. I'm happy to see it, brothers. I'm happy to see it, man, because I hate for a man to start living like his life is over because a woman is gone. Especially the way, Sonya's been around here, man, parading around, man, with this guy's former teammate, making him wonder, hey, man, how long have they been kicking it? I mean, have they ever been together before? Whatever questions will come about it, man. So I'm glad that man ain't sitting festering in there right there, man, because in a woman's mind, she doesn't feel like nothing she does isn't justified. She feels like everything she can think of is justified just because she feels like she should do it. Emotionally, she feels like it'll benefit her. I don't care, and obviously Dell doesn't care. Because even if these weren't his bras he was in there with, man, he's able to do something as a single man that you can't do when you got a wife. See, Sonya's up in the crowd. So if they were married, Dell couldn't do this. You know where he'd be? He'd be right up there beside his wife, who's older now, much older. You must keep in mind that at a certain point as a man, you start to realize that you are the value. And at some point in a relationship, most men tend to lose that. You lose the fact that you are the value. You are the value point. You are the thing that makes this life possible. Same thing with Steph's wife, Aisha. So far, Steph understands that he is the man who makes this thing go. But I truly believe that eventually is a possibility that he may end up being where his dad is right now, which is not a bad space. But the process of getting there may be a little tough because his wife has had a whole bunch of exposure to Dell's wife. And I don't care what anybody says. One thing older women are going to do is influence younger women to be more like them, for better or for worse. Doesn't matter how bad their life turned out because they're that way. They still want that young woman to be like me. Keep hope alive. Keep the dream alive. I'm going to pass the baton to you. You ever notice that women pass the baton to each other? Men pass the torch to one another. Because we need to keep our fire burning, so we pass the torch. They need to keep trying to run circles around men, stay one step ahead, so they pass a baton. Here's the truth about this situation. It's got to feel good for Dell to see that picture of him. That's immortalized. It's going to be there. He's always going to be able to look at that picture. And probably the last time he saw a picture of himself like that is all those years ago as a college athlete before he got his steady girlfriend, future wife, SONYA. Never allow yourself to believe that your entire life is tied into a woman. Newsflash. Your life has been suppressed. Everything you're doing is tied into her life. But if you free yourself, you can be yourself. If you show yourself, you can know yourself. If you emotionally overwork yourself, you sure enough gonna hurt yourself. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though. Now I'm not gonna tell you, man, that you shouldn't value your woman at all. A woman does have value, but you can't overvalue her